morning. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Arsenal versus Brentford match preview. We've got my wonderful PB with me. How are we doing, PB?
Yeah, all good, all good. It's been a good week on a personal level for me, and yeah. How about yourself, mate?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I'm going. I'll be honest. I was happy that the Arsenal women got through to the final.
Yes,
On was it Wednesday night again on the Conti
Wednesday.
Cup? The final is up here at the Molineux.
Right.
But this is the big problem that I've got, and it's really annoyed me. I'll be honest. The kickoff is at 3:00 on the
Okay.
31st of March. What other game is on the 31st of March at 4:30?
I can only think of one, and that is that's a clash.
That is a hell of a clash for me, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I'll be honest. I'm struggling because I would love to take my
Wow.
family to it. I would really love to take my family.
Hmm.
But then it's missing Arsenal versus Man City, and I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been really stitched up there.
Um,
But well done to the
I
Arsenal
mean,
women getting to the final.
yeah. I mean, either way, you're going to watch the Arsenal. We represent the Arsenal, regardless of whatever you decide to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just so torn. I'm so torn. Next Friday as well, for people that are unaware, we're playing Chelsea next Friday night. So I will be doing that as a watch along as well.
Hmm.
I think that's 7:00 kickoff. I'm not sure. I think that's at
Right.
Stamford Bridge as well. Um,
Oh, is
so
it?
big up.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We were given, I
Yeah.
think it's 6,000 tickets. I think we've nearly
Hmm.
sold our allocation already. So yeah, big up to Arsenal women
Wow.
once again. Just yeah,
100%.
excelling. It's just a beautiful thing. Big up to Chris is already in the comments. Big up, can't stay in the
All
comments.
right, Chris.
Boxing. What boxing's on?
Oh, it's Joshua. He's fighting tonight against Gamble. I mean, it's a
Already?
box office fight. Yeah, it's tonight, not tomorrow. It's tonight in Saudi, isn't it? I'm not interested
Oh,
in it,
oh,
but
okay.
yeah, you know what I mean.
He's
It's
gone for
later
a
on.
prediction. No, to be honest, I'm not a big boxing fan. Not for many years. I used to be. I used to love
Well,
it.
yeah, me too. Me too. But boxing's not the same. It's not the
No,
same as it was
it's
years
not the
ago for
same.
me.
No,
You
no.
know,
It's like that. It's that stupid. I don't know if you've seen it. Mike Tyson's fighting some Jake Paul or
yeah,
something. Don't know what
yeah.
that's about. Like
I know.
literally,
I
what on
know.
earth? I have respect for Mike
I know.
Tyson, fantastic
Yeah.
boxer. You know, but what on earth is he doing fighting some? I don't know what he is. TikToker,
Tyson's
YouTuber. I
almost
don't know
50.
what he is.
Yeah, he's 57. I wouldn't wouldn't fight a 57-year-old Mike Tyson. No way.
No, mind you, I've seen him in training, and to be fair, I wouldn't want to pick on him right now. He
Yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah. Me too. Me
immense.
too.
Uh, Big up to Tony Forward. So
All right,
evening, Bobby and
Tony.
Brenny. We'll beat them, Bobby. Oh, let's hope so. Can they not move the Conti Cup final to 2 p.m.? I wish they
Hey,
would.
Luke.
I really do. It's going to be horrendous because obviously, literally, the stadium's there, and I'm like, I'm going to be so torn. I hope I make the right decision when I get to that part, but we'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I wish fans would stop pushing the Tony transfer. He isn't good enough. If we sign him, we're going backwards. I'll be honest, Tone, and you know
I
this.
think he is good enough.
I
I think he is
was.
good enough. Sorry,
I
go on.
was no, sorry. I was talking about him in January. That was the only time we would have signed him. I don't think he's a summer transfer. The Silver one is more on the wavelength with what he said in a minute. I hope Joshua gets knocked out. He's fraud. Bonjour, it says Silver one, and Bobby wearing a Swedish shirt.
Silver one
is coming. All I will say is just get excited about the summer. The summer is going to be a big one. Also, be prepared for people that love a certain player. He will be sold. Just be prepared, because there will be some shock transfers out of Arsenal.
Cedric.
Oh, I can't wait for him to leave. I'll be honest. You know this. Bobby has got me excited. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be fair. But yeah, I like Watkins. I do. I don't know how much he's actually worth, but I like him as an option. I don't say he's the number 9. I think he's a good option. I think
he'd score more goals than Tony. He'll definitely score more goals than Tony, I reckon.
100% Watkins would.
Mm.
Yeah, There's certain things about Tony that Arsenal are not keen on, and that is why I know that I don't think he's going to be a summer signing. If we were to get him, it means that Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, Plan E have all failed. So, yeah, it would be we can't sell Cedric if we do suck Arteta. Well, thankfully, he's a free and he will be leaving at the end of June, and I will be delighted for that moment, I'll be honest. Right, let's talk about this game. Head to head, we've only played on 5 times since the creation of the Premier League. 1 draw, 3 Arsenal wins, 1 home, 2 away, 1 Brentford win, 1 home. It's a very simple one, this one. Brentford, last time we went there, we obviously beat them 1-0. Last time they came to us, we drew 1-1. We beat them 2-1 before that. Brentford, yeah. It's I wouldn't say it's a bogey team, but they're not that easy to play against for us, are they, sometimes?
No, they're not. I mean, the 3-0 win, that was out of those 5 games, that was probably that was our best performance.
Yeah.
We were brilliant that day.
We were. Yeah. Oh, was that the one that we beat them at home?
No, we beat them away.
Yeah. Look, I will stick with this. I'll be honest. I don't think Brentford were in the right mindset for that game. Arsenal did brilliant, and like I've always said, you can only beat what's on the pitch. But I think they had an issue with their music system, and the fans weren't ready, and it was just a really weird day. That, and I honestly do agree. I think if the Emirates didn't have the music, didn't have the fans singing, the players react to that. I know it's weird, but it does happen. It's a weird situation, that is. And that's what happened with Brentford that day, unfortunately. Yes, Ollie, big up to LJ Media Productions. Big up to LJ.
Hey. Yes, LJ.
Is a top player, better than Tony. For me, he is. We need to avenge that dodgy call last home game. Don't count that 1-1. We were cheated. I have to put it down. It's in the records. So, yeah, there we go. That's why it's there. When did we play Brentford named after Brady?
I did go to a school called Brentside.
I'll admit it won't be as easy as fans think. That's why I'm going for it. Okay, cool. I'll star that tone. I'll come back to that later when we do the predictions. Right, so form guide. Brentford, yeah, aren't doing well, if I'm honest. They're slightly dipping into possible relegation candidates at the moment. They've just drawn 2-2 with a very out of form Chelsea, let's be honest. They've lost 4-2 to West Ham, and to be fair, they're not exactly in great form. They just got beaten by Man City. This is where it all goes a bit weird. They were demolished by Liverpool, and they did beat Wolves, and Wolves are a good team. Now, Arsenal,
they should have been. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, Bobby. The Brentford, the first half against Liverpool, I thought they should have been, before Liverpool's first goal, they should have led at half time.
Yeah, I know a lot of
people.
I
would say that.
Yeah. But the second half annihilated. Arsenal's form is appalling. I've never seen something bad.
It's awful. It's awful. I mean, because it's awful because every time I say we're going to win 3-0, we end up winning 6. Nah, come on, man. You know what I mean? Let me down, man. Jesus Christ.
I know. But we have beaten Sheffield United 6-0, beat Newcastle 4-1, beat Burnley 5-0, beat West Ham 6-0. Tabs, we beat you 6-0. Liverpool, we beat them 3-1. Sorry, I've got to keep doing it. I've got to keep continuously with tabs. The match day, big up to Canal Kurdistan. The match day is tomorrow, 5:30 kickoff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm more worried about Wissa than Tony. You'll see my fight.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Very, very shortly, actually. Literally now, as soon as I can find the video. But yeah, Wissa is in my 5 to watch because I think he's a threat. He's a good player. right? So obviously we've got Ivan Toney. I've got to put him in there. It's going to be interesting to see his performance against us. You know, we all know that he's been trying to get the move to Arsenal and all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see his attitude against us, to be honest. Out. I love their midfield. It's all so hardworking. Whoever's there, Damsgaard, Jensen, whoever's in there, they're always hardworking. De Silva's out injured, but when he's playing, he's also very good. I do love their midfield. They really are very good, which is why I've gone with Onyeka and Norgard, because I think these are the three that will be playing tomorrow night. I could be wrong. Obviously,
I think they'll be the three. I agree with you.
I'm not Mystic Bob, so I have no idea, but they're the three that I think he will pick. And finally, Visa. Look, he was in my last 5 to watch when we did this, and he is trouble. He is trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever destined for a big club, but he definitely works in that system extremely well. And we've all been attracted by Brentford's attacking style for quite a few years, to be fair. Even when they're in the Championship, they're very dangerous. So, yeah, big up to all those 5. But to be honest, there could be more in that team, if I'm honest. Right, so let's look at what we've all been doing. We are in third. We've won 19, drawn 4, lost 4. Average goals scored is 2.52 per game. Average goals conceded is 0.85, 11 clean sheets, and 2.19 chances created. Brentford, this is why I've said that, possible relegation candidates. They are in 15th. They've won 7, drawn 5, lost 15. Average goals scored is 1.44, which is quite positive for them, to be fair. Average goals conceded, though, 1.85. Just the 4 clean sheets and 1.96 chances created. Injury list, I have to be honest. Unfortunately, Saka, Martinelli, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko are still doubts. Now, the reason they're all doubts is because they've been checked today. Now, obviously, I haven't heard yet. And to be fair, I don't think there'll be any information released about that until tomorrow. For obvious reasons. You don't want Brentford knowing. With Brentford, you've got De Silva out, Rico Henry out, Hickey out, which for me, they're 2 best fullbacks. So that's a positive for us, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Mead's out, Pinnock is out. Again, brilliant defender. Sade's out. And Remo, who wasn't out, is now a doubt. So he might appear tomorrow. And if he is, again, he would be someone that I would be worried about as well, because he's been brilliant this season. But I don't think he's fit enough to start. So that's why I didn't put him in my 5 to watch. So, yeah, let's get on with the comments before I carry on with all the other stuff. Let's have a look what we've been saying. Apparently, the Brentford Ultras are going to do some intimidating vaping. Wow. Petrifying. What on earth is that about? It's going to be hard. We're only just scraping through our matches. Tony, we are. We're just getting 1-0s. Boring Arsenal. That's what we are at the moment. Isn't Tony a doubt? No, he's no doubt at the moment. If Saka is out and Jesus is fit, play him on the right. You'll see in the different squads, a lot of people have gone with different options. There is one crazy person that has gone crazy in goal. That's all I'm going to say. You'll see it very shortly, but someone has gone crazy in goal. Yes, someone has picked Hein.
Oh, boy.
There we go. I can stay in comments, actually, as they love dragging it on. Big up to you, Chris. What time does it actually start, then, the big fight? I'm not even getting into this. I'm just going to leave that out there. I'm not saying a word. I'll let you all respond to it. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Big up to Mr. Silver one. Speedy recovery to the smooth operator Carlos Sainz, who's having surgery and can't drive this week, and that's a good thing if I'm Sainz, to be honest. Yeah, appendix for Sainz, which is a little bit weird. But we have got an 18-year-old British driver that's driving Ferrari for this weekend. I think his name's Oliver Bearman. I think. So yeah, big up to him. I hope he does well. To be fair, I think he's done quite well today in practice and qualifying. So yeah, 11:15. Big up to Tabs. Evening, lads. Hope you're well. He's like the candy man. If you mention his name, he just appears.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big up to
Yeah, man. Big up, Tab. Big up.
Right, let's get into the battles. These are the important battles for me. So we're going to go with the bouncers. So it's going to be Declan Rice against Christian Norgard for me. Total duels won for Christian is 5.8 per game. Declan is the highest in Arsenal's team on 3.9, but it's the passing accuracy that's just just immense, 91%. They both win around the same amount of duels per game anyway. Obviously, the battles with last line of defence. Obviously, I've had to take Raya out because he's not going to be playing. So it's pointless putting him in there because the stats mean nothing. So Aaron Ramsdale, his stats for this season are this. Saves per game is 1.2. Goals prevented, unfortunately, he's given us a minus 1.72. So it's not great. But Mark Flecken, who I'll have to be honest, when I watched him in that Premier League series in the summer, he looked atrocious. He does have good games, but he definitely is a little bit of a dodgy goalkeeper, if I'm honest. Saves per game is 3.2. So, he's doing all right, but you can see that they're a really struggling team at the moment, Brentford, especially defensively. Attacking wise, they're all right, but defensively, they're struggling. The icing on top, obviously, that these are the top goal scorers for us. So Brian Mbemo is in this because there is a chance he might play. 17% for both Saka and Mbemo for goal conversions. Obviously, Saka's 26 appearances, 13 goals. Mbemo is 15 appearances, 7 goals. XG is there for you all to see. I won't get into it too much. Shots per game is 3.0 for Saka, 2.7 Remo. Assists, again, Saka and Remo are both leading the assists. It's incredible how they're both leading the same, but they are. Assists for Saka is 8, just the 3 from Remo. So you can see that something's not quite right with their game. And he's only made 15 appearances, so he's missed quite a large chunk of the season as well. So it's a bit of a shame, really. But passing accuracy in the opponent's half is just immense for Saka. 75% is ridiculous. Like, the reason I say opponent's half is because obviously you're pressurized in that half. There's always someone trying to challenge you. So you're under the pressure. He can still get the passing accuracy right. Yeah. And that is so important for Saka with the way that he plays. So, it's going to be very, very interesting tomorrow, I'll be honest. But let's get into a couple more comments. I'm looking forward to Zhang versus Parker. Is that the guy from Down Under? Is he New Zealand?
Joe's Parker, isn't it? Yeah.
Zhang, is that big dude? Like, is that Zhang, the massive dude? Pretty sure he's the big dude.
Yeah, I think so. I
only really
don't know
pictures.
A lot about him.
No, I only see pictures of him. I don't really follow it. Chris is our boxing correspondent because I don't know much about it. Tony has put his team in, so we'll come back to that. I'm pretty sure we're going to score that at some point anyway, though, because it looks very similar to other people's. Right, so let's get into everyone's lineups, people. Right, so we're going to start with Brenny's first. So this was chosen by a large chunk of people. So we're going to start with Tristan, Karoon, Max, John, Mark A, Karen, Gumza, Luke, and Brenny K has gone with this team. So Brenny, what was your thinking behind your team, mate?
Well, Partey's not match fit yet, and I thought, well, he cannot start this game, and we all know it's a big game because psychologically we can go top tomorrow, albeit for less than 24 hours. And I thought Jorginho would be perfect for this fixture. And also, I wanted to keep Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard, keep that midfield because it's been ticking, coming on well, and I feel it will again tomorrow. And I'm also thinking about Tuesday as well because the form we're in, you don't want any slip ups tomorrow. Continue the goal scoring form as well, getting 3 points. So that midfield, that's important. I'm sure. I personally think Arteta will play that midfield. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. But then again, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be disappointed if he didn't play that midfield. Jesus needs a run out on the right for me.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't risk Saka tomorrow. I think Jesus can come in and he needs minutes,
Yeah.
and I think he has performed there, City as well as us, and I thought he was excellent against City there. So he'd be the person I'd play. Now this isn't a game. This isn't for me. This isn't a game to bring in youngsters. Not not at this time of season. Not right now. I mean, Mario Koji Dubria. I mean, I didn't even consider him because if this fixture had been a few weeks ago, I would have done. But Trossard to come back on the left, it's a no-brainer. Martinelli's not fit to play, and Havertz has been doing really well. And for me, smudger role, and I think he'd have another good game tomorrow if he plays there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, mate. To be honest, I've got the impression that what Arteta will probably do tomorrow is start Jorginho and have a specific set time when Partey will come on. So like the 60th minute, give Partey extra minutes. I don't think he'll even start against Porto, if I'm honest.
I don't think so either. I think
they're getting Partey ready for the City game. That's what I think. Because I don't think we need Partey, and no disrespect to Porto, but I don't think we need Partey in that game. Because obviously, one, we're chasing the game, technically, because we are. And I just don't think Partey would be the right person. He is definitely match rusty. You saw that with his first couple of touches when he came on the other day. We can't afford any slip-ups on Tuesday at all. So, yeah, I think Partey will most likely be playing in the City game. Touchwood, there is no stupid injuries off the pitch. But yeah, it's a good team, mate. Brenny, what are you going to give it?
8.
An 8. Okay. Now Sam is Sam. Love you, Sam. But yeah. Sam's gone for Hein, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Fabio Vieira. I get it. I get the Fabio Vieira and Nelson ones, by the way, so I've got no issues with that. It's literally just the Hein one I do. Nelson and Nketiah up front. What are you gonna give Sam?
Oh
God.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Yeah, I'm total agreement. Yeah, there is like 60, 70 people that pick their teams now, and Sam is the only one that's gone with that one. It tells you everything. So there you go. Big up to Sam, though. Thank you ever so much. Right, let's get back to normality. Right, so the next team chosen by Tom, Anthony, Mehmet, Macau, and Albert. They've gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Trossard, and Havertz. I quite like this, to be fair, because I think if he is fit, then why not play him? But yeah, what are you going to score this one?
Do you know what? I wasn't even too sure about Tomiyasu's fitness because for me, I would have him ahead of Kivior. Don't get me wrong, Kivior was a really good job, but I'm looking at that and I'm going with 8.
Okay, yeah. Cosmic. Let's move on to the next one. It's chosen by Barry, Matt, Liam, Tim, Paul, Romain, and Andrew. You've got Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Nelson, Nketiah, and Jesus.
Well, going with
it's a strange one, isn't it? Because it's a lot of change.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I'm looking at Partey. I mean, what Partey would for me would walk into that team, but not right now because he's just not match fit. Smith Rowe, Odegaard for me would be the 8. Smith Rowe would be the 10. Nelson, Nketiah. I know it's at home, but I'd have to give this one a 7. I'm afraid.
No worries, mate. Let's move on to the next one. Chosen by Tolly, Will, Ben, Richard, Susanna, and Luke H. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. So full strength team.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Yeah,
8 for me.
With Saka, it's very Saka and Martinelli are very different. Saka's got an illness. You can pump a lot of electrolytes in him, and you can get over the illness. With Martinelli, it is a horrible cut to his foot, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Didn't like when he came off. The manner in which he came off. That's never a good sign.
No. Well, to be fair, he didn't want to come off. He wanted it taped up and carry on. But to be fair, it is a horrible gash on his foot. So, yeah, I'm with the coaching team on that one, to be fair, not Martinelli. But
cool.
He could be available. But I suppose, as everyone knows, when you've cut yourself, it does take a few days to heal properly before you can get on with it again. So, I kind of agree with this one. Let's move on to Florence, Tom W, James H, Carlos, Jack, and Matt H. Ramsdale, Waters, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Nelson, Trossard, Jesus.
7.
Let's move on to the next one. Michael, Ken, Takahiro, Nicolas, and Canners have gone with this round. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Party, Rice, Odegaard. Trossard on the right, Jesus on the left, Havertz down the middle. I find this one a bit weird because I don't think that would work for either Jesus or Trossard, in my opinion. But what would you score it, mate?
Oh, for me, I'd still score it an 8. I mean, it's a very, very, very strong lineup.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Do you think they could do that? Because I can't envision it in my head. Trossard doing very, very well on the right. I don't know why.
I think he can. Do you know what? I think he can play there. I think he can play there, Trossard. I mean, we always see him on the left. In terms of when he, cutting inside, and I think Jesus would do the same. But I think both of them could do a job there. I mean, I'm sure Jesus has played there for City before, hasn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's just a Trossard. I just don't see it. And I've not really seen Arteta do it either that much. And that kind of tells you everything, that if even Arteta's not done it, there must be something that he just doesn't think it works. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, let's move on to Sean Robert. Sean Robert, Perry, Lee, Juliet, and Claire. They have gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, Nelson, and Jesus. This one I actually quite like.
Yeah, it is a good one. And I must say, big shout out to Mr. Groves. Always knew he was a fan of this channel. Always knew he was. And you know what? Because he's the man. This one I do like, but it's still got to be a 7 for me.
Okay,
strong
7. But why 7? Is it the Nelson?
It's Nelson. Smith Rowe, if he's the 8, for me, I wouldn't have him as an 8. He'd have to be a 10. You know what I mean? For me, Reece Nelson doesn't start games anymore for Arsenal. It's about what he could do off the bench. And there's been times this season where, in the last few weeks when he has come off the bench, he has looked good.
Yeah.
For me, he's an impact player.
He is. I'll be honest. I think we should get ready for him to leave in the summer. It's not that I don't think Arsenal think he's good enough. It's more of a case of we need to sell to buy as well. We need to severely improve our depth, and to do that, we need to step quite big. Definitely. I think Smith Rowe will be one of those that will leave, because, to be honest, it helps with FFP as well, because it is a pure. Unlike, you know what?
I would be sad to see him go, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Where would you? Because I've got a feeling he's probably going to come to the West Midlands. But would you be happy for him to go to, I don't know, like a West Ham? Because I think West Ham would really suit him.
If he went to West Ham, I mean, I know Tabs is a fan of Smith Rowe. I think my dad is too. And I think he would do very well there. I still think he would do well at Arsenal, give him a chance. You know, he's one of those. But it's just, I think it's just a case of it's just wrapping him up in cotton wool, really, isn't it? Because of his injury problems.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But he's still a quality player, and I'll never forget the season that he had like 2 seasons ago. I thought he was one of our best players.
Yeah,
and even when he made the breakthrough as well, he always looked like he was going to do something.
You
know, and so it'd be a shame for you.
It would, yeah. I'd have no issues with him going to West Ham at all, because I think if West Ham are going to sell Paqueta, which from what I've heard is the guy that's going, I think he'd be the perfect replacement, if I'm honest. But
true.
So true. We'll see what happens. Right, so let's move on to Jonas, Mark, the silver one, Steve, Chris, and Ao. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, Trossard, Havertz.
It'd have to be 8. Because I think with you see with Fabio Vieira, he's the kind of player. He's something. For me, I don't think he's as good as Smith Rowe, because obviously for me Smith Rowe's number 10, but Odegaard plays 10. Vieira, do you know what it is? He's not, for me, he's not, but the only thing is, he's not a right-sided player for me. And he's for me, he's a 10 as well. Or maybe 8, you know, but he's not strong enough playing 8 yet, you know, and, I think, actually for that, I would give this a 7, not an 8, because you play, Fabio Vieira playing in the Saka position. I'm sorry, I'd have to play him in the 10.
Yeah, I'm agree. I'm glad you marked it down, because I was literally going to question you about it, because I was like, I'll be honest, you know how much I love Fabio, and I do think he's a very good player, but as a right winger, no, just doesn't suit him. Doesn't suit him. You can't keep putting players in their wrong positions, because it only looks bad on them. And it's not fair, in my opinion. And Fabio is not a right winger at all. I'd rather have Havertz out there, if we're going to put anyone out there.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to TJ, Dominic, Zayna, Patrick, Hugo, and Moss. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Jesus.
That's an 8 for me.
Yeah,
that's an 8.
Yeah, that's a good team, that one. Right, final one. Stuart, Kelly, Mohammed, Jordan, Miguel, and John have gone with Ramsdale, Waters, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Nelson on the right, Trossard, and Havertz.
7. Solid 7.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Brent. So that's all of the teams. Thank you, everyone, for doing those. Just the numbers get mad for that nowadays. Right, let's go back to what I've missed. I've missed loads. I do apologise. Brenny gets a 6 from Tony. The Silver gets a 10. Brenny gets a 12.
Always.
I'm going to guess that's Tony's team that you went with, Bren. Zhang is that big guy, 40 years old from China. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you knew who I was on about. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I know the one you're on about now. Brenny gets a 6. The others who picked the same get an 8. Oh, I love it. If you can't win both matches, which one would you pick? Which one wouldn't I want to win? That's tough.
Oh, you're talking about the Brentford and Porto?
Yeah, God.
Oh, jeez, nah, man, that's like, because we cannot drop points at all.
Yeah, and I can't cope with us being knocked out of the Champions League this early.
Yeah, me too. Nah, I'll tell you what, if we guarantee, you know what it is, but if we can guarantee we win the league, then it would have to be would have to be tomorrow. I'd want us to win tomorrow because at the end of the day, as much as I want us to win the Champions League, we haven't won the Premier League in 20 years, and that's our bread and butter at the end of the day.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to disagree with Brent. I'm going to go only because City are playing Liverpool on Sunday. There's a good chance that will be a draw. So I'm going to go with a draw tomorrow because that means that they'll be drawing as well. So there's basically none and void the whole weekend. Yeah. And then we beat Porto. Because we technically, I think Liverpool will drop points. And then we've got to go beat City. I think we can beat City. I think Liverpool will drop points. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go with a draw with Brentford. Yeah. Honestly, I'll be on the match reaction tomorrow. I won't be happy that we've drawn, but because of that question, because Tony's evil, that's the only reason. Obviously, I want to win every single game, just so everyone's fully aware of that. Of course. I think that would be the best scenario for me, because getting knocked out of the Champions, and also with the Champions League, you go through to the next round. That's even more prize money. That is also very important. Money, it helps towards our summer. Tony Fulbrook, that is a disgusting question, mate.
Well, Tony Fulbrook, mate, what would it be for you?
I'll be interested to see
in your situation. Yeah.
The silver one, I picked that team and gave you a 10. Oh, they're all getting into their scores here. Man of the match. And
no one gets a 10 on Bobby's watch, mate. No one gets a 10. Jeez.
Not until no one gets a 10 until our squad is complete. That's when we'll start getting 10. When we've got an ultimate squad, that's when I'll start seeing 10s. Yeah. Sam gets a 3.
You know what I mean? No one gets a 9.8.
Big up to Terry, he's in the house.
Yes, Timmy.
I'm going to star your team. And we'll score them all together. Sam certified. My alternative team would be Brentford as well. Temmie, your alternative team have some strange people in it. That's all I'm going to say. No, I don't agree. I would put Tommy before Kivior. He's been immense. Oh, yeah, I totally agree. He's been informed. But we also need to give Tommy some time as well, some match time. Because if we do need him against City, he needs to have a bit of match practice behind him. I know it sounds weird, but just give him 30 minutes. Just give him 30.
Yeah.
Party needs to come on at 4 up. Well, we'll see if that happens. I'd keep Party till the last match, as we all know he will get injured. Chris says boxing needs to be in UK as much atmosphere as the Etihad. Well, that just tells you everything about what's happening in the boxing. Is it me or is the loving between managers sickening? Which one? Which managers?
Yeah. Between managers.
What, between Thomas and Mikel? I don't know. I've to be honest. There are a lot of managers that get on really well with each other, and there are some that really hate each other. And I think it's all dependent. It's just like all of us. You know?
Have you noticed the mind games thing? It's kind of gone out the window, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
because they used to do that a long time ago. You know.
But I mean, it doesn't work so much. The not giving information about if someone's fit and stuff like that, that is working because obviously they don't know until they've literally turned up in the coach that they're fit. So mind games is not necessary nowadays, in my opinion. ESR to Newcastle would suit him, but they can't afford him unless it's exchanged with Isaac plus money. I don't rule out Isaac leaving Newcastle this summer, if I'm honest. Where he goes, I don't know, but I don't rule him out of leaving Newcastle. Big up to DWTT saying hello. Jonas, Mark, Steve, Chris, and AO gets a 10. I know why you've given them a 10, Mr. Silver One, because they chose the same team as you. I'm not going to be forward on that. Yeah.
Are they? Sure oh, yeah, so they did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, yeah. I've starred yours, DWTT. We'll go into all your teams in a minute. Besides bench side, what side is Fabio? Fabio is a very creative midfielder, but he does need some kind of enforcers next to him to protect him. It's a bit like NFL.
Yeah,
it's a bit like a quarterback. So you need some really good, strong midfielders that keep.
Yeah, I still think he's not for the Prem in terms of physicality as well. You know.
Yeah, his distribution is incredible. I just don't. I'll be honest. I don't think he has a long-term future at Arsenal. As much as I hate to say it, and you know me,
I agree.
I love him, but I just don't think he's Arsenal material now. Unfortunately, it's a shame. I'm sorry. I don't think no. I'd cash in as well, to be honest. It's still a pressure game for Arsenal because of what can happen. Could be top going into international break. Brentford defended well away at City. They did. DWTT was not happy with the question as well. Arsenal wins both. No other option. Full stop. DWTT. I like it's a bit like my challenge. You have to do it. You have to answer that question. So it's quite fun actually. Choosing to win Brentford or Porto is like choosing between Michael Schumacher or Brian. That for me is simple because I didn't like Michael Schumacher as an F1 driver.
I didn't either.
It's always Ayrton Senna for me.
Every single
day. That is probably actually quite easy for me, if I'm honest. Brenny, don't chase the rules.
I'm learning off Bobby.
Another question: who from today's players would get in the Invincibles?
If you're talking 11 or squad, because if you're talking squad. Because Saka, squad. Yeah, exactly. If it's squad, Saka would get in for starters. Jesus would get in. I'd rather have him in instead of, and I liked him, even though I did see him score a few goals, was Jeremy Aliadier. And then you have, out of all the centre halves back then, I think I had all of them above Saliba and Gabriel, apart from one, and that was that awful Pascal Seager. And I can't believe he's an Invincible. Oh God, he's so awful. You know what? You know the funny story. Yeah, I remember myself and Damos is what when we was living together and we was watching an Arsenal. It was, I think we were playing Roma in the Champions League. And one of my cousins, he was here watching the game, and he was like saying, "Go on, you're right." I said, "Nah, man, that's as far as he can go," because it was like watching a $6 million man. You know what I mean? It was so bad. Oh dear. Yeah, I can't believe he's an Invincible. Seriously. So I would have either one of those two they'd get into the squad, and Seagon would have to be out. And Jens Lehmann was just a rock of a keeper, an absolute rock of a keeper.
Our backup was Graham Stack.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Lyle Ramsdale would get in then. You know what I mean? And oh gosh, Graham Stack. So but the midfield, that midfield was just too good. You cannot, Perez, Ljungberg, Vieira, Gilberto. No one can dismantle. For me, I don't think anyone. Maybe the exception of Bukayo Saka could probably take Freddie Ljungberg outside, but Freddie Ljungberg was one of those that always got into the box at the right place, right time. He had assists, but he had plenty of goals in him. I mean, he could get you 10 to 15 goals. Sorry, about say 10 to 13 goals a season.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think Freddie Ljungberg gets in our squad now because he was quality.
Yeah, he was.
I would take him now. I would take him. Moscow's the other 21 game and the Spurs coaches.
Oh dear. That means he better not go to the game tomorrow night then.
Well, he's going with Luke. I've seen.
He's going with Luke. Oh, that's all right then. That's all right.
Luke hasn't been for a while. Brenny, I'd pick Brentford. Oh, there we go. Add Saka and Saliba, says Gary. Klopp and Pep talking as if they're married couple.
Oh,
they hate each other. They hate each other. I'll be honest, they really do hate each other. So they don't get on at all. The silver one, you can't cheat in giving scores. If anyone is going to the game tomorrow, stop him from entering the stadium, please.
You have to put a photo up. You have to put a photo up of him. Yeah, at the ground.
Schumacher was I'll be honest, I didn't like Schumacher. I
didn't like him either.
It's not the driving part of it. I just didn't like him. And as you know, Chris, that works with Max as well. Max can win everything, but I just don't like him as a person.
But didn't Schumacher used to take a few people out as well, didn't he? Whenever he was struggling, he used to take them out.
Yeah,
he was like, "Well, hey, I'm not winning this, but you know what? I'm going to take myself. I'm going to take you two out." Oh.
Yeah, it's just not good. Luke's going with Moss. Tony's asking what the streak is. Brenny, stop changing the rules. The 11. Saliba, Gabriel, Saka all get in the invincible team, says Tammy. Arsenal did beat Palace away and Leicester at home last time. Moss went mind. I'll take your say he's a jinx master. Haven't seen us lose since West Ham beat us in 2007. Bobby hates everyone that's not from the UK. I really don't. It's just I have an issue with Michael Schumacher. I loved his brother. Ralph was awesome. I just didn't like Michael.
I did.
Yeah, I don't think I'm part German, so for me to say I don't like Michael Schumacher is a big thing. I just didn't like him. I just didn't like him. And Max is a big issue with me. He's an arrogant little so-and-so. Right, where are we? Challenge time. All right, that's where we are. I've lost track of the show now. But yeah, let's get into the challenge. Okay, so for people that don't know the rules, Brenny has to pick 5 from Brentford, 6 from the Arsenal, have to go with the home team's formation, which thankfully this week is Arsenal's, so it is a 4-3-3. Obviously on Tuesday, when we do the preview for the Porto game, it is going to be a retro challenge, so it will be a game in our past that we do.
When is that? Because if that's Monday, I will not be there, I'm afraid. If it was Tuesday morning, I could do it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, there we go. We might have to sort it out for Tuesday morning then.
I'm definitely available Tuesday. Yeah.
All right. I'll get back to you and see if I can do Tuesday morning. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I'll raise that. I'll sort that out with you off.
No problem.
Right. So let's get in one of the Brentford players. So you can pick your first one, please, mate.
It's got to be Ivan Toney up front.
Okay. Your next player, please.
You see, if Rico Henry was fit, he would have been my left back, and I'm a big fan of his as well.
So
I'm telling you, I've lost count over the years how many times I bought him on Football Manager for the Arsenal. Has to be I like Norgard, so I'd play Norgard.
Okay, where do you want to put him? Because he can go in any of the 3 positions.
That's right. I'll put him in. He can be the DM.
Okay. Okay, your next player, please.
This is really tough. Wissa.
Okay, well, he can go on the left, so I'll put him on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Your 4th player, please.
The former Celtic player, Christoph Azar.
Yep. Okay, and your fifth and final player, please.
Have to go on Necker.
Okay.
Yeah.
There he is. Right, let's put the Arsenal players in. Can't pick Raya, so it's going to have to be Ramsdale.
Oh, I was going to pick Ramsdale anyway, yeah.
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 Right back, I'm going to guess Ben White.
Yeah, banging for me, Ben.
Final centre
Gabriel.
back. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Okay, left back. It's going to have to be Kivior, isn't it? Because Zinchenko and...
Yeah, it will have to be. Yeah, Kivior.
Yeah. Your final midfielder.
Go with Rice, please.
Nice, okay. And then on the right wing.
Right wing. Put Gabriel Jesus there.
Yeah, that works for me. Okay, right. So this is Brenny's challenge. You've got Ramsdale in goal, Ben White, Aya, Gabriel, Kivior, Norgard, Onyeka, Rice, Gabriel Jesus, Tony, and Wissa. Good team. Very good. I like that. Rather defensive, if I'm honest, like midfield wise. I think that's a very defensive midfield. But yeah, it's a good team. I'm going to go with an 8 for Brenny's. I think it's very good. I just think if you'd gone maybe with a slightly more attacking midfielder in the lineup, I think maybe you might have pushed it to 9. Because Aya, to be fair, is a very good defender. So yeah, I have no issues with that. Norgard, I rate. Onyeka, I rate. Obviously, Rice. Right, and Ivan Tony, yeah. So yeah, good. Well done, Brent. Let's. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen. Let's take that off. Boom, and bring up the 2 people that's taken their part in this competition. So we're going to start with Kamini. Kamini has gone with Strakosha, White, Regulon, Aya, Gabriel, Norgard, Rice, Odegaard, Havertz on the right, Trossard on the left, and a Tony. Right. Right. Okay. Strakosha is a very good goalkeeper, and I don't understand what's going on at Brentford for him not to be picked. He was at Lazio, I think that's where he was, in Serie A. He's the number 1 for his country. He's a very good goalkeeper. I think he's literally played a handful of games. I don't know what is wrong. I definitely wouldn't choose Flecking over Strakosha personally, but there we go.
Well, I wonder what that's about then.
No, nor do I. Regulon left back. It's painful because I know where he is from.
Mind you, saying that, it's funny because I mean, with I'd never even heard of him before, but I'll tell you what, tomorrow evening, knowing me, I'll probably be at my local, and there's a good friend of mine. He's at the game. He's a Brentford fan. He's at the game tomorrow, and I know he'll be at the pub. He'll be at my local tomorrow, so I'll ask him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
I find it strange because I personally would have taken Strakosha as a second option at Arsenal, but it is what it is. Right, so Kamini, I would have given it a 9, but it's very hard to score it a 9 when I can see Regulon in the team. It's not an auto fail because he is a good left back, but we all know where he's from, so an 8. Right. Let's not move on to Nitty, who's gone with Flecken in goal, White, Regulon, Saliba, Gabriel, Janelt, Rice, Odegaard, and Wissa on the right, Trossard. Yeah. Again, I'm going to have to go with an 8, Nitty, because it's the Regulon. I get it. The left backs are really hard this week with Zinchenko, Tomiyasu out, on Henry out. You're very limited, and I get that you've got to pick someone out between Kivior or the Spud. But yeah, no, just no, just can't. But yeah, 8. Well done, everyone. They will get 8, so that will do for everybody. Right, I've been dying to do this. Right, let's not get into the challenge with Chris's yet, but I have been wanting to quickly go through the teams. So, Tony, I'm pretty sure yours is an 8 because I'm pretty sure yours was very similar to. I think it was the same as yours, Brent.
Yeah, more or less.
So yours is the same as Tony's. Temi, I just love reading yours because it always makes me laugh. So we've got Flapsdale in goal. You've got Galiba, White, Kivior, Party, Rice, Odegaard, Trossard,
Harvest. Do you know what, Temi, you're an absolute legend because I'll tell you what, we've been talking darts a lot recent weeks. If you was a darts player, I'd have to get you. Your nickname on the shirt would be Galiba.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't even be Frostbite. Wouldn't even be Jumping Jack. You'd be Galiba. That'd be your nickname. You know, seriously. Bless you.
I'm trying to see if we've scored this game. I don't think we actually have. You know.
No, we haven't.
So we haven't. Like an 8.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Right,
yeah,
let's have a look.
Kaliba was great, though.
Kaliba, yeah, I love it. DWTT is gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, ESR, Odegaard, Trossard, Kai, and Saka. I'm pretty sure we've had that team.
Yeah, we have.
That looks familiar. An 8?
Sure, that was an 8. That was an 8, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Brilliant stuff. Let's get into the comments before we move on to the challenge, people. Where are we? Cool, blue neck. Quite gone back here. No top driver is really likable. Damon Hill was an exception. I'll also put Jensen Button in that. I love Jensen. Lewis, I love as well. Imagine I'm sounding very pro-British here. I've just realised what's going here. But there are a lot of drivers I actually do like. But yeah, ones that I do get it because a lot of people that Nico Rosberg. It's not helping me if I say this. I didn't like Nico Rosberg, and the reason I didn't like him is as soon as he won, he then quit. I didn't like the style he did that. I just felt that was really wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To win the championship and then quit. Nah.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Man.
If he continued, because I do like Nico, he is a little bit weird, but I do quite like him. It's the way
I think Kiki Rosberg's his old man, isn't it?
Yeah, his dad's a driver as well. Yeah. Also foul is Tony for his kickabout with the boys' comments. Everyone talking about F1. My team, as I don't know Bobby's autofoul, said you right back, just testing water. You know full well he would be an autofoul. If Brenny picked him, he would be an autofoul. Even if that was the only right back we had in our whole team, it would still be an autofoul.
If I picked him, I would have got a 2. I would have got a 2 if I'd have picked him.
Talking F1, 2014 to 21, one cars were terrible. Mika Hakkinen. Yeah, liked him. Very nice guy as well. There's a lot of drivers that I actually do think are fantastic, and there's only a few that I don't particularly like. But they just tend to be from Germany, which I've just realised in my own head. But never mind. I'm selling Jesus in the summer, but Bobby will Arsenal. I feel he holds us back.
I think they're a very good squad player.
I'll be honest, I don't rule it out. The reason I don't rule it out is I've got a feeling a team will come in for him, and I think the bid might be too tempting for us not to sell him. That's how I think it will work. I don't think he's on the market. I don't think Arsenal have put a for sale sign on him. I do think that if this team does come in with a very good substantial bid, it will be very hard for Arsenal not to say no. I think that's how it will work, if I'm honest. Who is the autofoul? I don't ever tell anyone that. Bobby giving away the challenge scores for Spurs versus Arsenal. You're all getting an 8 because of Spurs players in the team. To be fair, I am fair when it comes to Tottenham Arsenal challenges. But this is Brentford Arsenal, and you've picked a spud. That's all I'm saying. That's just how it works. Big up to, I gave Brenny a 12. Why I don't do that. But yeah. Tony saying Ayrton Senna would have been the best. Agreed on Rosberg. It's like me winning World Darts Champions then retiring. It is. Senna is the best, says BX. Max moves to Mercedes and Bobby changes teams. Correct. I've already said it to M. I said if Max sides Mercedes, I'm no longer supporting Mercedes. I've already said it. So it's on record with my partner that is exactly what will happen. I have to stick with my rules in my head. I don't like him, so that means I can't like the team. Okay, he's gone with the challenge team as well, so we'll take that off. I remember that, Bobby. I'll play Raya at right back next time. God. Right, let's see what... has Chris done 2 different teams then? Because I have seen one there. Let's have a look. Right.
He's done one for the challenge, I suppose.
Oh, has he taken regular now? No, he hasn't. I was just trying to see. I did see your comment earlier, Chris. That's all. So he's gone with Flacken, Roslev, Saliba, Gabriel, Regulon, yeah, Rice, Odegaard, Damsgaard, Jesus on the right, Tony, Trossard. Yeah, that's that's an 8. I can't. Yeah, it's not just Regulon actually; it's the Flacken as well. I do rate Roslev. I think he's a very good right back. And Damsgaard, I'm surprised he went to Brentford. To be honest, he's got the talent to go elsewhere. Let's have a look. See other challenges.
Yeah, it's probably Thomas Frank, isn't it? Because I mean, Thomas Frank is he's a really good influence.
Yeah, he is. Right, predictions. Brenny, what are we going with, mate?
Okay. What tends to happen is whenever if I go with one, we either double or triple our score. So if I say we're at home, we're going to win. I'd say 3-0.
You're going to go 3-0. Okay.
Clean sheet.
Okay. Well, Chris has gone for a 1-0. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by that 1-0. I have to be honest, because without being horrible to Brentford, I can't see it happening. But I get where you're coming from with the Man City performance. They were very hard to break down, and Man City only just beat them 1-0. I'll be honest. I fear for any team playing this Arsenal right now.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. That includes Man City. Because the way that we're playing is phenomenal. And me and Brenny have done so many of these previews and so many of the reactions this season. We haven't said that very often.
No.
But right now, since they got back from Dubai, we have been something else. And this is the best time to be it. Don't start off strong and then waver at the end. We have had a bit of an iffy start, kept up with everybody, and now the way that we're playing is sublime. Bar the Porto game. Yeah. That game wasn't sublime. But hopefully we'll see something different.
You know what it is? We have to emulate our past sides as well, you know, what we've done in terms of, you know, like in I'm not going to say 89 because I think in 91 we were a better side.
Yeah.
We were a better side in 91 than we were in 89. And we went on this crazy run, and that included having to go to Anfield to play second place Liverpool. We won 1-0. We outplayed Liverpool that day. George Graham had a plan to nullify the Jan Mulby by bringing in David Hillier, and then we went on a run. And then just won the league. With 2 games to spare, and then 98 was the same. It was a run. Canners brought it up a few weeks back, and that run, we had to go to Old Trafford, and we were behind at the time. We had to go, and we pulled off a great win, and we deserved to win that day. So basically the comparisons I'm making with those sides. We've got to go to City, and we've got to believe we can win. We're playing well, we're scoring goals. We've got to have that belief.
Yeah.
You know, we have to. So that's what we have to do. That's good. You know, just continue. It can be done.
Yeah, I agree. So it's Temmie's comment again. I love his predictions. They're so funny. We'll get on to BX first. Tony also went for a 3-0. Tony Fulbrook went for 3-0. BX has gone for a 3-1 to the Arsenal. Luke, who is actually going, so big up to Luke. Hope you enjoy the game.
Yes, mate.
For a 3-1. Temmie has gone for a 3-1, a late Ramsdale header, and a Saka brace. Interesting. I love it. Silver one is going with 5-0 to the Arsenal. Havertz, Hattie, Gabriel, and Rice. What do I get if that happens? Probably very high odds. I'll be honest.
I'll give you a 9 for your next team line.
Havertz, Trossard, Rice as Tony. If City and we win, there will still be 2 points between all teams. Yeah, it doesn't change much. It just changes a couple of positions. But yeah, big up to Bart. Is a serious fan. Oh, Arsenal versus the biggest club in West London. Indeed, indeed it is. I don't know. Should you put where are Fulham in the league? Are they higher than Brentford? They are, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are indeed.
Yeah, Chelsea's just a joke at the moment. Tony's loving it. I'm going to go also with 3-1, weirdly. I do think they'll score. I think it will be him. And you all know what I'm on about. I think it will be him that scores. Yeah, I'm going to go for 3-1. But, Brenny, as always, thank you ever so much for coming on, my dear friend. Where can they find you?
Always. Hey, you can find me on X. You can also find me on Instagram. Been on there a bit recently. And you can also find me here, as always, on the Armory TV. Like, share, subscribe. And thank you again for your support, all of you.
Yes, thank you very much. We did have a weird comment, which I chose to ignore because for some reason that person said we're in single digits for people watching. I literally can see how many people are watching at all times. Currently, it's been around 35 to 40 people are watching because we're on multiple streams, not just one, not just the Armory TV. We're on Twitter live as well at the moment as well. And to be fair, we all can see it. If you have big YouTubers that you follow, none of them are getting the views. There is something about YouTube at the moment. I don't know. We don't know what it is. Monday night, I'll be honest, we got the best views ever for a watch along for a men's game. We got nearly 900, which we never get. So, it's a weird place, YouTube. Love it, but it is a bit of a weird place. Right, tomorrow, I will be here for the watch along. I will be here for the live match reaction as well, which will be straight after the game. But also on Sunday, I'm doing a special Scottish Cup double header. So Celtic are playing Livingston, followed by Hibs versus Rangers. So it is a double header. One starts at 2:30, one starts at 5:30. I will be covering both games. Everyone knows I'm a Rangers fan. And yet, obviously, it's clashing with the Man City Liverpool game, which I don't personally care because I don't cover City games unless Arsenal playing them. Of course. So I stick with my rules. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting weekend. And then
it is indeed.
We'll arrange.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
We'll arrange that off. We'll arrange that off stream, and you'll.
Yeah, definitely. Because what it is for me Monday. On the 24th of March, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire comes out. So please, everybody, tune into that. I will go and see it on the Thursday to see if I am in any of those scenes, and if I am, I'll let you all know. If I'm not, don't watch it. Don't bother watching it. Please don't bother watching it if I'm not in it, right? Because you know what? At least I've got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? At least I've got paid for it. So yeah, you know what I mean. But I will. Because I've got something on Monday. It's season 3 of Gangs of London. I have been penciled in. If you've not seen it yet, please watch it. The first 2 seasons on your Skybox set. And looking forward to that. And also, Bobby, I've got to mention this, Bobby, as well. Big shout out to my local team, North Greenfield United. Tomorrow, good luck tomorrow. I will be there to support you as well. It's the quarterfinals of the FA Bars against Romford at home. So come on, boys. We can do it. Yeah. We can do it.
Let's hope they do. But yeah, so we'll sort out the preview for next week for the Porto game. Obviously, the Porto game will be covered next Tuesday night as well. But yeah, fantastic. Appreciate the love as always. And Tony, I love what you've just said there because that is true. We are a family.
We are indeed.
We are. We're
that's
one
right.
big family over here. So that's why I'm doing this. I don't care how many people don't watch us live. I know people watch it back later, and that's fine.
Exactly.
But we are continuous with the way that we stream. We don't miss a reaction. We don't miss a preview. We do every game, and obviously we cover the women's game when we can. So that's what we do. We're Arsenal fans, and we are one 100%. Big happy family. Guys, 100%. I'm out of here. Take care. See you tomorrow.
All the best. Come on, the Arsenal.